everybody, give me a second. Sound check, as always, sound check, right? Are we live? Maybe. And good morning, good evening, good afternoon, students and traders all around the world. This is Mike, the FX boss, broadcasting live. No, I'm not late. Todd, I'm not late. Alright, for 4 minutes, but alright. Yes, good morning, good evening, good afternoon. Okay, everybody, remember the goal is to bring you from zero to a millionaire trader in 3 years on average in an institutional way. What does this mean? You're first an analyst, then you're a trader. You know, at the end of this lesson, we're going to talk about Black Friday packages, okay? And don't let 2026 to be just another year, right? This is my wish for you. Okay, talking about trading, money, success. Don't let 2026 to be just another year, right, everybody? You're going to graduate from this course when number 1, you have your chart set up and ready for trading. Number 2, you have your strategy in place, you understand why you win and why you lose. And number 3, you have a complete understanding of how this market works, so you can analyze the market and make an educated prediction. Talking about the Fibonacci's, we are working on those 3, okay? Fibonacci is a pattern that is going to tell you the direction, so it's number 1. Fibonacci is a tradable pattern, so we are working number 2, and also Fibonacci is going to show you the short-term view, the long-term view of a currency pair or any other asset like Bitcoin, you know. So we are working on 1, 2, 3. Remember, if your way is not working, why don't you try ours? Risk disclaimer, this stream is not trading or investment advice. We are here to learn. And for questions and homeworks, you have my Gmail. And connect on Teams, everybody. We have a community of traders on Teams. Alright, it's all for free. So here it's Pro Traders Mike Pitbull. This is the community. There are roughly 34 traders. Some of those guys are advanced. Some of those are, Olga says thanks a lot. I just sent Olga the pictures, you know, about the Fibonacci package. Okay. So today we're going to move. Everybody, did you do the homework? Did you do the homework? Hello Alex, how are you? Did you do the homework, everybody? So today we have how to find the original Fibonacci in an uptrend, right? Okay, we finished yesterday in here. And you had the homework, you know, try to come to the most recent Fibonacci. Hello Olga, how are you? Try to come to the most recent Fibonacci on EuroCAD daily chart, right? So we're going to finish today EuroCAD daily chart, and then we're going to go EuroCAD monthly chart and the weekly chart, everybody. Hedge fund trader Alex, did you do the homework? Hedge fund trader Olga didn't, right? Olga was not present yesterday. Alex, did you do the homework, Alex? Did you finish charting the original Fibonacci on EuroCAD? Good morning, Shantana. Shantana, did you do the homework? Did you finish charting the Fibonacci on EuroCAD? Everybody, you know? Right, we all want to be, hello, good morning Juan, I'm seeing you on Teams. We all want to be millionaires, right? Oh, show me how to make the money, show me how to make mega millions. But are you willing to pay the price to do the homeworks? Bom dia Ramil, se fez tarefa de casa? I'm asking Ramil the same question in English. Se fez tarefa de casa, se fiz o gráfico no Euro Canada diário Fibonacci? Type in the chat, everybody. Yes, I did the homework, or type in the chat. No, I didn't do the homework, you know. At the end of the Fibonacci lessons, I'm going to share with you a secret, but only at the end of the lessons. Because I want you to train, to practice. Why do I need to practice? Because you are going to make mistakes. Make sense, everybody? No, sir, I cannot get the setting on the Fibonacci. Yes, Alex, go to JForex, man. You are on, I'm not sure what, you know. Romildo, no, I didn't do it. Why not? ¿Por qué no? Okay. So we are going to do the exercise, everybody. Okay, because the next homework is build your charts. Okay, it's ongoing homework. Ongoing homework. Build your charts with the Fibonacci. All right, everybody. Monthly, weekly, daily, and then the 4-hour chart, 2-hour chart, whatever. It's ongoing homework. Build your charts. Okay, everybody. I didn't have enough time. I don't want to hear this, everybody. Non quero ouvir essa coisa. I don't want to hear I didn't have time. You can tell me everything, but don't tell me I don't have time. And don't tell me I don't understand, please. Okay? I don't want to hear I don't have time. Okay? Non quero ouvir historinhas, eu não teve tempo, you know. Okay? I'm that arrogant that I can bet real money that I'm going to find an hour or 2 hours every day for you. Posso postar grana, tô tão arrogante que vou achar 1 hora, 2 horas para você por dia. I'm that arrogant. Don't tell me I don't have time, everybody. If you need to make an excuse, find another excuse me, you know. Okay. Nevertheless, let's go, everybody. So we're going to finish EuroCAD. So open the EuroCAD daily chart and do this with me, okay? Now remember, different data providers are going to have sometimes different candles, okay? So yes, it's possible that my Fibonacci on JForex, everybody, give me a second, I'm opening TradingView. Okay, it's possible that my Fibonacci on JForex is going to have a slightly, not a lot, but it's going to have a slightly different Fibonacci on TradingView, right, everybody? Because different data providers are going to show you different candles, okay? So yeah, there are some slight differences in data providers, charting software, but not a lot, makes sense? Like the original Fibonacci on the daily, even is going to be a little bit different. It can happen, you know, the direction is still going to be the same, makes sense? But this difference is more visible on the smaller time frame. It doesn't matter JForex or TradingView, monthly, weekly, it must be the same. Ok? Diferentes vencedores de dados, Romildo, vão ter Fibonacci um pouquinho diferente no JForex e no TradingView. Okay, everybody, so open the chart and let's do this with me, you know. So this is the C, right, we talked about yesterday. We're going to finish, and remember, what you're going to learn today is going to help you to build your charts. O que a gente vai hoje, você vai aprender a construir os gráficos, alright? So I'm going to color code this in here, so that's the C, right, and green goes to green, that's the D. O verde vai pro verde, esse é o D. The D must be a high, so now that's the D. And as always, as Romildo says, you know, A goes to C, o A vai pro C, alright, A goes to C, and of course B goes to D, right? We are learning how to readjust the Fibonacci in an uptrend. A gente aprende a reajustar o Fibonacci na tendência de alta. So we have the new AB, Fibonacci retracement tool. We are going to stretch A to B. Okay. We have the new Fibonacci sequence. Temos um novo A pro B. And again, everybody, it's not a rule. There is no right or wrong. But if you want, you can connect A to B, B to C, C to D, right? Alright, so this is now, okay, in here. And here we are again. Which one is the C, everybody? Is the first circle the C? Is the second circle the C? Which one is the C? And then which one is the D? Qual vai ser o D? Is the first rectangle the D? Is the second rectangle the D? Is the third rectangle the D or is the fourth rectangle the D? Qual vai ser depois o D? O primeiro quadradinho, o segundo, o terceiro, o quarto. Okay, type in the chat on YouTube, everybody. First circle or second circle or first rectangle, second rectangle, third rectangle, fourth rectangle. So today we're going to build the daily, monthly and the weekly chart, and you are going to do the same on all currency pairs, alright? Minus, not on Euro, not on AUD NZD, not on Euro GBP, alright? I need you to type first circle or rectangle, Alex, because I don't know what you're talking about. Romildo, preciso que você escreve terceiro círculo or terceiro retângulo. Olga, you too, everybody. I need you to type first circle or first rectangle because I don't know what you're talking about. Okay. Which one is the C? So first circle or second circle and then first rectangle or second rectangle. Okay. Juan, you too, all of you guys that are on Teams. If you cannot, Olga says first circle, if you cannot type on YouTube sometimes, connect on Teams, it's for free. Everybody, if you are new to the show on YouTube, send me an email. Alright everybody, send me an email to mikefxboss@gmail.com. You know, send me an email, boss, send me the link to connect on Teams. Alright everybody. First circle, says Olga, and Romildo says the third rectangle. Okay everybody, so yes, the C is the first circle. That's the lowest point inside the AB boundary after the B, before the market hits the property extension. Green goes to green, you know. First circle is the C, alright. What about the D, everybody? What about the D? John is asking on Teams, boss, how can I join your trading group? Everybody, we're going to have the virtual office next year for 6 months. So send me an email, right? Okay. Is it for free? No, the virtual office, it's a paid event, everybody. Okay, but it might be not suitable for all of you guys, alright, everybody? Okay. This event, everybody, the virtual office, it's a professional traders event, okay? It's not a joke, it's not a class. In the virtual office, the point is to make money. So if you, let's say that you don't have even a strategy, right? Let's say that you don't have a strategy, it would be too soon for you. Okay? You can come as an observer if you want. You can come as an intern, you know, internship to see how we do, what we do, how we do, you know. Make sense? Third rectangle, says Alex, third rectangle for the extension. Alright, so, alright, no brainer, right? We all learn the rules, so that's the D, everybody. And now we are going to stretch the Fibonacci from here to here. And as always, right, A goes to C. There you go. And B goes to D. O A vai pro C. E o B vai pro D. Alright, everybody? We learned all of this, it's no brainer. And now, everybody, give me a second. Alright. Everybody, which one is the C now? Is the first circle the C? Everybody, is the second circle the C? Is the third circle the C? Is the fourth circle the C? Or is the fifth circle the C? Which one is the C? Qual é o C? O primeiro círculo, o segundo, terceiro, quarto, quinto. Which one is the C, everybody? And then which one is the D? Let me see if I can trick you. Which one is the C, everybody? EuroCAD daily chart. if you would do the homework yesterday or today, you would come to this like, oh, you know, what's happening now? You know, what's happening? Which one is the C, everybody? The first circle, the second circle, the third, the fourth, or the fifth? Qual ponto C? Primero, segundo, tercero, cuarto, quinto? And remember, there is right or wrong on the Fibonacci's. Romildo, stay quiet. Romildo, fica quieto, Romildo. Stay quiet. Stay quiet, Romildo. Fica quieto, cara. Anybody? Which one is the C? The first circle, the second circle, the third circle? Hedge fund trader Juan from sunny California. Which one is the C? Okay, everybody, so you got it. I couldn't trick you. Yes, Romildo, you're correct. Olga, you're correct. Right, everybody. All of you are, todo mundo tá certo. Romildo também. All of you are correct. Boss, we have no C. Okay? We have no C, não tem C. The market broke the A, right, everybody? Where's the C here? If the market breaks the A, this is from yesterday, isso é de ontem. If the market breaks the A, this Fibonacci is not valid anymore, that's a rule. Quando o mercado quebra o A, esse Fibonacci non è valido anymore, ok? Now, if you would trade the Fibonacci on daily chart, everybody, okay, statistically, you know, you would win 1, 2 times, 3 times, 4 times, 5 times, 6 times, and the 7th time you would have a loser. Agreed, everybody? Look at the chart and tell me, does this make sense? Do you agree? Se você irá negociar Fibonacci, você irá ganhar 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, e na sétima você irá perder. Yes, everybody? You would win 6 times, and the 7th would be a loser. Agreed, everybody? If you would just trade the Fibonacci sequence, okay? We're going to talk about trading the Fibonacci's more in the future, okay? Now, so this Fibonacci is not valid anymore, okay? Now, when this happens, when you're building your charts, quando isso acontece, quando você está fazendo seus gráficos, okay? Where should you start now a down Fibonacci? Aonde você iria começar o Fibonacci de baixa? Okay? So when the market breaks the Fibonacci sequence, you must revert. Or reverse, what's the English vocabulary? Okay, everybody? So the up Fibonacci was broken, now we need to start to chart the down Fibonacci. Where would you start? Would you start the down Fibonacci at the first circle? Would you start the down Fibonacci at the second circle? Would you start the down Fibonacci at the third circle? Would you start the down Fibonacci at the fourth circle? Or would you start the Fibonacci at the fifth circle? Onde você queria começar o Fibonacci? Where would you put the A? Aonde você colocava o A? Would you put the A on the first high circle, second circle high, third circle high, fourth circle high, or fifth circle high? Onde você colocava o A? Na primeira alta do círculo, na segunda alta do círculo, terceira alta do círculo, quarto círculo alta ou quinto? Once the market breaks the Fibonacci, you must revert it. Make sense? Romildo says fourth circle, Enrique Mungia, Olga fourth. Alright, everybody. The correct answer is the fourth. Why? What's the A? You know? O que é o A? So this is an up Fibonacci sequence. In a down is just in reverse. The A is the first high, the absolute high, the highest high, the starting point of a sequence. So this is the first high, maybe, or this, but this is the highest high, you know. Okay, everybody, this is the starting point of a sequence. Let's say that I make a mistake, alright? Vamos dizer que eu vou fazer uma coisa errada. and I'm going to put the A on the first circle, right? Just an example. Vamos dizer que eu vou colocar A no primeiro círculo, somente um exemplo. So if I make a mistake, you know, and A to be, you know, so this would be my down Fibonacci, because this is not the starting point of a sequence, the market is going to break me again. Porque isso não é o começo de uma sequência de baixa, o mercado me vai stopar de novo. Does this make sense? So yeah, the third circle is the starting point of a down sequence. O terceiro círculo é a sequência, é onde começa a sequência de Fibonacci de baixa. Okay, everybody? We found the A, now we need to find the B, the C, and the D. A gente tem que achar o A, B, C, D. So I'm going to put down the horizontal lines like this, okay, everybody? Now that's the A. Which one is the B, everybody? Is the first circle the B? Is the second circle the B? Or is the third circle the B? Onde vai ser o B? Primeiro círculo, segundo círculo ou terceiro círculo? Romildo says at the absolute high after the B, yes? This is the starting point of the down Fibonacci sequence. If you would put here or here, the market would break you again and again. Se você colocava o ponto A aqui, o mercado iria te quebrar de novo e de novo. Which one is the B? Is the first circle the B, the second circle the B, or the third? Qual vai ser o B? Primeiro círculo, segundo ou terceiro? When the market breaks the A, that's a rule, everybody. When the market breaks the A, you must revert the Fibonacci or reverse. Change direction, no, I'm not sure which English is correct. Alright? Which one is the B, everybody? First circle, second circle, third circle? And remember, there is right or wrong. Romildo, third circle. Romildo is saying in Portuguese, the third circle is the B. Anybody else? In an up Fibonacci sequence, the B is the first high as soon as possible after the A. In a down Fibonacci sequence, the B is the first low as soon as possible after the A. Num Fibonacci de baixa, o B é a primeira baixa logo depois do A. Which one is the first low as soon as possible after the A, everybody? Type in the chat. Romildo saying the third one. Romildo fala terceiro. In a down Fibonacci, the B is the first low as soon as possible after the A. No Fibonacci de baixa, o B é a primeira baixa logo depois do A. Shantana is saying the second circle. Shantana fala que é o segundo círculo. We need one more, everybody. Hedge fund trader Alex, hedge fund trader Enrique, hedge fund trader Olga. Which one is the B? Hedge fund trader Dave, Habib, if you are here. Melissa, Marcus, Juan on Teams. Everybody. Olga says the first. Correct answer, everybody. Olga, it's right. Cuidado, be careful. The first circle is the correct answer. O primeiro círculo é certo. Segundo, terceiro, no. Everybody, is the first circle a low? O primeiro círculo é uma baixa, sim ou não? Is the first circle a low? Everybody, is the first circle a low? Does it have one central candle with two candles on the left and two candles on the right with higher low values? É uma vela central com duas velas na esquerda, duas velas na direita com valores mínimos maiores? The first circle, okay everybody? So in the beginning it's alright, in about 1 month time those mistakes are not going to be acceptable anymore. Attention to the detail, presta atenção. No começo tudo bem, daqui 1 mês não vai ser mais aceitável esse erro. Alright everybody? So we found the A, we found... Any questions why the first circle? Alguma dúvida por que o primeiro círculo? Are we clear why the first circle, everybody? Does anybody have any questions on this Fibonacci? Okay. Oh, but it's so small. You don't need to, you don't pick and choose. You need to obey the rules. Ah, ma ele é muito pequeno. Doesn't matter if it's small. You need to obey the rules. See everybody why trading it's a mental game? Consegue ver porque trading é jogo mental? Oh, it's so small, it cannot be that small. You are inventing hot water now. É muito pequeno, não pode ser tão pequeno, você está inventando água quente. Professional traders, do you want to make money? You need to obey the rules. Se quer fazer dinheiro, você tem que seguir as regras, tem que obedecer as regras. Alright? If you have any questions online, anybody, now is the time to talk. Se tem alguma dúvida, agora é hora de falar. So we found the A, horizontal line. We found the B, horizontal line, everybody. Which one is the C? Qual é o ponto C? Is the first circle the C or is the second circle the C? Qual vai ser o ponto C? O primeiro ou o segundo círculo? Which one is the C? The first circle or the second circle? The C is the... So in a down Fibonacci sequence, you must remember those rules. In a down Fibonacci sequence, the C is the highest point, not necessarily a high, the highest point inside the AB boundary after the B, before the market hits the appropriate D extension. Então, esse first circle, qual é o ponto 0, Mildo? Which one is the first circle? First, Alex. Alright. Okay. The first, says Olga. Exactly. That's the C. Alright. Which one is the D, everybody? Qual vai ser o D? Is the first circle the D? Or is the second circle the D? Which one is the D extension now? Romildo says true, the first circle in Portuguese. Romildo fala a mesma coisa em português. Now, which one is the D? Qual vai ser o D? Is the first circle the D or the second circle the D? And again, everybody, if you don't know, have the first circle says Juan on Teams. Yes, correct. So green goes to green, right? If you don't see it, you need to stretch the chart. Se você não vê, tem que esticar o gráfico. You know, it goes A to B, B to C. Now we need to find the D. Green goes to green. The market didn't touch the blue. O mercado não atingiu o azul. Green goes to green. O verde vai pro verde. Which one is the D extension? The first circle or the second circle? Qual é a extensão do D? O primeiro círculo ou o segundo? And there is right or wrong. On the Fibonacci, there is right or wrong. Which one is the D, everybody? Qual é o D? The first circle, exactly, Shantana is correct. The first circle is the... Once the market hits the appropriate D extension on the Fibonacci tool, then the first low, okay, is the D, not the lowest low, the first low. A primeira, exactly, the first is the D, ok? O D é a primeira baixa, não é a baixa mais baixa, é a primeira baixa, ok, everybody? So as always now, you know, as we did before, A goes to C, que nem antes, o A vai pro C, and B goes to D, right? E o B vai pro D. B goes to D, and we have a new Fibonacci sequence, temo no Fibonacci. We're going to readjust the Fibonacci in a downtrend. This is now A to B, and now we're going to stretch the chart, as always, and how they say, repeatalo, back again, e vamo repetindo. Which one is the C? Is the first circle the C, everybody, or is the second circle the C? Qual é o ponto C? O primeiro círculo ou o segundo? We have a new, if you want, you can also stretch like this, you know, A to B, B to C, C to D. Now we are charting a down Fibonacci sequence exactly because the market broke the up Fibonacci. Which one is the C, everybody? The C is the highest point inside the AB boundary after the B before the market hits the appropriate D extension. Olga says first. Romildo says first. The C is the highest point inside the AB boundary. Shantana says second. And Alex second. Shantana and Alex, you're correct, everybody. The second circle, that's why we are using the horizontal lines. The second circle, it's higher, it has a higher point, a higher high. Do we agree that the second circle is higher, everybody? Ok? Todo mundo concorda que o segundo é mais alto? Not the first circle, the second circle. Juan on team says the second circle. Yes, Juan, you're correct. Are we clear, Olga and Romildo? Tá claro, Olga, Romildo e Olga? O segundo círculo. Ok? The second. Don't need to be sorry, we're here to learn. Não precisa ficar desculpa, a gente está aqui para aprender. Ok? Now green goes to green. Which one is the D? O verde tem que ir pro verde. Qual vai ser o D? Is the first circle the D? Is the second circle the D? Or is the third circle the D? Qual vai ser o ponto? Romildo says I agree. Let's see if I can trick you. Which one is the D? Everybody, the first circle, the second circle, or the third circle? Qual vai ser o ponto D? Attention to the detail, everybody. Which one is the D? Qual é o ponto D? The first circle, second circle, or third? Attention to the detail, right? Attention to the detail, everybody. Juan says second one. Romildo says the third one. Attention to the detail, everybody. You must pay attention on two things. Thing number one, everybody, did the market hit the level? O coisa que tem que prestar atenção é o mercado atingiu o verde. Did the market hit the green? And if yes, is this level, is the low? Okay? Question number one, did the market hit the extension on the Fibonacci? Maybe yes, maybe not, but if yes, you know, do we have a low in here? O mercado atingiu o verde, sim ou não? Se for sim, essa aqui é uma baixa, sim ou não? Alex says second circle. You know? So, I need to go back in here. Oh no, the first one. No, the first one, the first circle is not. Everybody, green goes to green. Okay, so if green goes to green, did the first circle hit the D extension, everybody? Did the market hit the D extension on the first circle? The answer is no, right? Here, this low didn't hit the D extension. So, first circle out. O primeiro círculo a baixa não atingiu a extensão do D. Então, fora. The second circle is the most challenging. O segundo círculo é o mais desafiador. Okay? So we need to see the numbers, you know. the D extension is 1.479, alright? 1.479, candles, low 1.4794, 1.4792. The first candle didn't hit the extension. Okay, everybody? Agreed? The first candle, it's low 1.4794. The extension 1.792. The first candle didn't hit the extension of the Fibonacci. Second candle is above. Third candle low 1.4793. Didn't hit the extension. So now for verde un secondo. No, non è un secondo. Okay, everybody, attention to the detail. The first candle didn't touch, nor the third candle didn't touch. Okay, everybody? Nenhuma dessas velas atingiu. But even if they would, the second candle on the right, pay attention, the second candle on the right, it's lower. So even if it would, this would not be a low. Does this make sense? E mesmo se o mercado iria atingir, isso aqui não é uma baixa. Attention to the detail, attention to the detail. Even if it would touch the green, but it didn't, still, this is not a low. The D extension, everybody, must be a low. Okay? Attention to the detail, attention to the Fibonacci rules. Give me a second, I need to compress this one. Moving forward in French. Alright, so that's the D down here, that's the D. And we're going to readjust. A goes to C, as always, O vai pro C, and the B goes to D, e o B vai pro D. There you go, A goes to C. We're going to readjust the Fibonacci in a downtrend this time. We have the new Fibonacci sequence, and again, if you want, A, B, C, D, A, B, C, D, right? See everybody? That's the Fibonacci. Moving forward, we are here, here, here. Let's stretch the chart. We have more to go. A, B, C, D. Which one is the C, everybody? We have a new Fibonacci sequence. Qual vai ser o C? Is the first circle the C? Is the second circle the C? Or is the third circle the C? Qual vai ser o ponto C? O primeiro círculo, o segundo, o terceiro? Is the first circle the C, the second circle the C, or the third? Qual vai ser o ponto C? O primeiro círculo, o segundo, o terceiro? First, alright, no brainer, right? Primeiro, okay, first. Thank you, Juan. What about the D? Which one is the D, everybody? E o ponto D? Is the first circle the D? Is the second circle the D? Is the third circle the D? Or is the fourth circle the D? Qual é o ponto D? Primeiro, segundo, terceiro, quarto? Shantana, first circle. Olga, first circle, yes. The C, it's easy, right? Ponto C, fácil. What about the D? First circle, second circle, third circle. Everybody, that's why I suggest you to use, when you are charting the Fibonacci's on your charts, use horizontal lines. Por isso que eu estou sugerindo, quando você faz o Fibonacci no gráfico, usa linhas horizontais. Which one is the D? First circle, second circle, third circle, or fourth circle? Attention to the detail. The D must be a low. O ponto D tem que ser uma baixa. Alex, the third. Anybody else? So the first two are easy, right? Green goes to green, the first two are out. Primeros dois fora. Tercero, Romildo says the third one. And correct, right? The third one is the correct, everybody. Tercero, yes. We see that's the D, right? So out, that's the D, it's a low. And as always, right? A goes to C. A va pro C. Alright, A goes to C. And B goes to D. O B vai pro D. Fibonacci retracement tool. Low to high. We have a new Fibonacci sequence. Now, let's move forward. Which one is the C, everybody? Qual é o ponto C? Is the first circle the C? Is the second circle the C? Or is the third circle the C? Or is the fourth circle the C? Which one is the C, everybody? Fourth circle, second circle, third circle. In the meantime, would you win if you would trade the Fibonacci sequence? Not every single time, but most of the time. Você iria ganhar se você estava negociando Fibonacci? Não sempre, mas muitas vezes. You know, which one is the C? Third circle, alright everybody. So out, no brainer, right? This is the highest point inside the AB boundary. Which one is the D? Qual é o D? Is the first circle the D? Is the second circle the D? Is the third circle the D? Or is the fourth circle the D? Qual vai ser o ponto D? Primeiro, segundo, terceiro, quarto? Olga says third on the C, yes, correct. What about the D? First circle, second circle, third circle, or fourth circle? Qual vai ser o ponto D? Primeiro círculo, segundo, terceiro, quarto? Todd says, I like the Fibonacci. Well, me too, right? Fibonacci is not the only tool, but it's a great tool. It shows you, not today, but it shows you entries, it shows you clear stop, and it shows you take profit level. O Fibonacci non è l'unica ferramenta, ma è una ferramenta legal perché ti dà entrada, o stop loss claro e o take profit claro. Third circle, third circle. Alright everybody, oh you are mastering it, congratulations, já estão ficando craque. Green goes to green, right? Green goes to green, the third circle, market made the low. Congratulations, that's the D, right? Down here it must be a low. And as always, say it with me everybody. Say it with me. A goes to C, fala comigo. A va pro C. And B goes to, exactly, and B goes to D. Fibonacci retracement tool, low to high. And if you want, you can chart, you know, A, B, C, D, A, B, C, D, right? If you want, not mandatory. Okay. Now, everybody, now listen up, okay? So this is a trick for you to not to waste time. As you can see, most likely we would have, you know, blue goes to blue, so most likely we would have another Fibonacci sequence, right? But because you can see that the market would stop you out, can you see it everybody? The market will stop you out, so you don't need to waste time on this Fibonacci. Does this make sense? Okay, not today Alex, we're going to talk about next time, step by step. Ok? Temos mais um Fibonacci, o azul vai para o azul, Romildo, mas como você pode ver, o mercado vai quebrar o Fibonacci. The market is going to break your A in here anyway, right? So you don't need to waste time with this Fibonacci. Você não precisa gastar tempo a traçar esse Fibonacci. Okay, everybody, does this make sense? You can see when you chart, you can see that the market is going to stop you out anyway. Você consegue ver que o mercado vai te estopar de qualquer jeito. Ok? So you don't need to chart this one. The market is going to reverse again, you know. Mercato va essere trade de nuovo. Okay? So this Fibonacci, not this one, the last one, the market is going to break. Ultimo mercato vai quebrar. Where would you start back again? The new up Fibonacci. Onde você... I have to return back to work. Okay, thank you Juan, see you back on Friday. Everybody. So you would win one, you would not trade maybe the first one, but anyway, statistically you would win 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and you would be stopped out on the 6th. Ok, everybody? Você iria ganhar aqui 5 vezes, você iria stopado nesse aqui ou no sexto. Ok? Does Fibonacci has a statistically proven edge? Ok? Where would you start now the up Fibonacci sequence? Onde você iria começar a sequência do Fibonacci de cima? Would you start the Fibonacci at the first circle? Would you start the A at the second circle? Or would you start the Fibonacci at the third circle? Onde você começaria o A? Primeiro círculo, segundo, terceiro. Where would you start the up Fibonacci? Where would you start the A? First circle, second circle, third circle, fourth circle. Lowest low, of course, no brainer, right? Na baixa mais baixa. Congratulations to Alex. That's the A. You know, the A it's always easy, right? O A sempre é mais fácil. That's the A. O A é sempre mais fácil. Now let's see if you are skilled enough to see the B. Vamos ver se você está bastante habilitado para achar o B. Which one is the B? Qual vai ser o B? Is the first circle the B? Is the second circle the B? Is the third circle the B? Or is the fourth circle the B? Which one is the B? Ah, that's tough, boss. Yes, Olga, second circle to be the A. Qual vai ser o B? Primeiro, segundo, terceiro, quarto. Which one is the B? The first circle, the second circle, the third circle. That's a tough one, right, everybody? Increase your charts, zoom in the chart, make it bigger. Okay, remember in about 10 minutes the lesson is over, you need to build your charts. Alright, increase your, increase your chart, make bigger, you know. Which one is the B? The first circle, the second circle, or the third circle? Can you see everybody? When you're by yourself, zoom in the chart. Quando está sozinho, se você não conseguir ver, entra no gráfico. Qual é o ponto B? First circle, second circle or third? Qual vai ser o B? Primeiro, segundo, terceiro? Olga says the third circle. The B is the first high as soon as possible after the A. And by the way, everybody, sometimes you are going to have a low and a high at the same candle because Fibonacci's sequence cannot be the same candle, right? Porque Fibonacci é uma sequência, não pode ser a mesma vela. Okay? So Olga is correct, everybody. The first, it's not a high, but even if it would be, cannot be the same. So the first, it's not a high, you don't have two on the left, isso aqui não é uma alta. The second circle, it's a tough one. Let's see the high. So this is high 1 3 2 2 4 3 1 3 2 2 6 1 3 3 2 4. Can you see everybody? 1.3324 and this is 1.3224 1.3226 1.322, 1.3226. Alright everybody, which one is higher? 1.3224, 1.3226, everybody. Which one is the high? Which one is the bid? The third or the second? Which one? Qual vai ser o B? O segundo círculo ou o terceiro? Attention to the detail. This is a high, everybody. O segundo é o certo. Ok? This is a high, everybody. Pay attention to the detail. O segundo círculo é uma alta. Ok? One more time, sure. We've learned what are highs and lows. So this is a central candle, right? High 1.3226. This is on the left 1.3224. Agreed, everybody? That's the high. Attention to the detail. Essa é a alta. Okay, so Fibonacci retracement tool. A to B. Cuidado aqui, presta atenção, everybody. Okay, attention to the detail. One more and then we're going to talk about the Black Friday, you know. Most of you guys are already in the programs. Where is the C and the D? So we're going to continue tomorrow to chart EuroCAD, everybody. Which one is the C? Qual é o C? Is the first circle the C? Or is the second circle the C? Qual vai ser o ponto C? Which one is the C? Qual vai ser o ponto C? First circle or second circle, everybody? And then the D, right? Green goes to green, o verde vai pro verde. Up in here, that's the D. Isso aqui vai ser o ponto D. Which one is the C? First circle, second circle? First, exactly, that's the C. Excellent. That's the C. So as always, you know, A goes to C, o A vai pro C, and the B goes to D. O B vai pro D, B goes to D, and from here to here, everybody. Now this is the new sequence, alright? So we're going to continue to chart tomorrow. Today you've learned how to reverse the Fibonacci, how to revert the Fibonacci. See, when the market stops you out, you need to revert the Fibonacci. Can you see it in here? We're going to do all of this work, okay, everybody? Tomorrow we're going to chart the monthly and the weekly first, and then we're going to back to this one. Amanhã a gente vai primeiro ao Fibonacci no mensal semanal, depois vamos nesse aqui, ok? Before we finish, antes que nós termina, don't let 2026 to be just another year, everybody. Non deixa 2026 somente ser... Well, it's in, you know, it's... Vou falar em inglês porque é em dólar, tanto faz, ok? Fast Track 1000, you know, if you invest $1,000 or euros, you get the Forex course 202, group sessions for 6 months, everybody, and you get the Darwinex Zero account for 3 months for free. If you invest 2,500 euros or dollars, you know, you get the Forex course 202 private or group sessions for 6 months, everybody. Plus you have Darwinex Zero account 1 year for free, when you can get funded with real capital, and you have the Forex, the FX Boss trading desk for 6 months, okay? Clarification, FX Boss trading desk, it's a separate product from virtual office. Okay, everybody, I talked to Olga 2 days ago. My bad, everybody, okay? FX Boss trading desk, it's not virtual office. FX Boss trading desk, everybody, is... So you're going to receive something like this, alright? you're going to receive signals. You're going to receive this Excel, okay, with the direction of the pairs, and here is going to be the, you know, the signals, what we trade, how we trade, you know. I'm not going to waste time explaining now. Okay, everybody. So every week you are going to see what I trade, what are the levels of stop loss, what are the levels of take profit. Okay, everybody. And before we finish, the best product, in my opinion, also the most expensive, you know, $5,000 or euros. You get the Forex course 202 for 1 year. You get all the extra courses for free. Fibonacci Mastery course, US dollar index course, learn how to hedge as a pro, learn about risk, we just had in this one, learn how to make big money, how to build a trading system that makes money workshop, and crypto, you know. Okay, so you have all of these extra courses for free in here. Darwinex Zero account for 1 year for free, where you can get funded, okay. FX Boss Trading Desk 1 year for free. Okay, and then you have the, you know, the Forex Course 22 group called Forever. Okay, everybody? This is the Black Friday until the end of the month. There is no right or wrong. Otherwise, see you back tomorrow, everybody. Okay, try to chart Fibonacci's. Okay, homework, build your ongoing homework, everybody. Build your charts with the Fibonacci, ok? Tarefa di casa, coloca os Fibonacci nos seus gráficos. Yes, you need to build your charts. Everybody give me a second. Maybe if I go to here. I mean, this is the old one, okay? I'm going to show you an example. After the Fibonacci, your charts should be like this. Depois que você aprende o Fibonacci, os seus gráficos deveriam ser mais ou menos assim. Give me a second. Alright? Once you learn the Fibonacci, your chart should be like this. Uma vez que você aprende o Fibonacci, teus gráficos deveriam ser assim. Ok? This is AUD monthly chart. You have support, resistance, pivot points, you have the market wave, and you have the Fibonacci. What am I missing? Trend lines, if you want, there is no right or wrong. Falta linea tendencia. Okay, everybody? So, once the Fibonacci are finished, you should have your charts with the Fibonacci too. Quando a gente termina as aulas com o Fibonacci, você deveria ter Fibonacci nos tempos gráficos também. Ok? Until tomorrow, stay strong and study the Fibonacci like a boss. Never forget you are the boss of your own account.